Merry Christmas! Hi guys, I'm Vivacious Hannah. Welcome to this video. So I know I just put out a video on Friday, but my friend slash brother Andrew suggested that we do a collab on the meaning behind Emmanuel, God with us. So that's kind of what this is going to be about. And as with many of the things that I choose to do videos on, it's kind of one of those things that we just already know. It's kind of pre-instilled into our minds, but we don't really ponder it. And honestly, there is an argument that Christmas is pagan and that Jesus was actually born in September, and it's a pretty viable theory. It's interesting, but that's not what I'm too worried about today. What I'm going to be talking about, like I said, is the thought of Emmanuel, that God is always with us. So I think first we should probably go to Matthew 1:23, and this is the part of the Bible where the angel appeared to Joseph and is like, hey, your fiance is gonna have a baby, don't worry, she didn't cheat on you. The virgin will be pregnant, she will have a son, and they will name him Emmanuel, which means God with us. And that, of course, is a reference from Isaiah 7:14, and so that is, I think, word for word the exact same verse. So it's kind of like the foretold name of the Messiah in the Old Testament. So I was wondering kind of what the difference is between Emmanuel and Jesus, and there are two different spellings of Emmanuel. Emmanuel with an E is Greek, and with an I is Hebrew. So I read it put like this: Emmanuel means God is with us, and Jesus means God saves us. And they were saying that it's kind of like how they changed names in the olden times. We don't really do that anymore, I don't think, but like how Abram turned into Abraham, how Saul turned into Paul, how Jacob turned into Israel, stuff like that. For us, it's not just a name. It's not just saying, God's with us, cool. It's a promise from God that he will always be with us, and that's mentioned several times in the Bible. I'm gonna go ahead and read some verses. So of course, Matthew 18:20 says, if 2 or 3 people gather in my name, I will be there with them. Another one that's great is Matthew 28:20, that is the one that says, lo, I am with you always, even until the end of the earth. There are also some verses in the Old Testament where God has promised to be with different people in the Bible, and I want to go ahead and read those as well. There were so many verses on this kind of thing, but I really wanted to kind of bring up 2 Samuel 5, I think it's 17 through 25? Yeah. So what's happening in this paragraph is basically the Philistines hear that David is in this area. They go to try to fight him. David hears about this, and he's like, God, what do I do? Should I fight them? Will you hand them to me? And God's like, yep, go. I will be there with you. I mean, technically the verse says, go, I will certainly hand them over to you. But it also says, the next verse, that the Lord broke through his enemies in front of him. So God was with him in that battle. And then, surprise, surprise, it happens again. And again, David prays to God. And God responds, attack them in this certain way, and then I will go ahead of you and fight the battle. God just promised to be there with him in battle. So if God can be with David, the most notorious sinner probably in the Bible, which, I mean, they all sinned, but I think we have more of a record of the wrongs that he did. Maybe, I'm sorry if I'm saying that wrong, but also, he's the biggest repenter. But anyways, if God can be with him in battle, he can be with us in our lives, no matter what's going on. Also, another one that I probably don't need to quote, Psalm 23, especially the verse where it says, yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil. This is David speaking, by the way. Because you are with me. Your rod and thy staff, they comfort me. So just another promise that God's not going to leave us. He was with David, he'll be with us. And just one more quick verse is Isaiah 8:10. So it's kind of basically another preparation for battle. But verse 10 says, make your plans for the fight, but they will be defeated. Give orders to your armies, but they will be useless because, can you guess what I'm gonna say? God is with us. And there are so many more verses that I could give you guys, but I just wanted to make this a quick little Christmas video for y'all to remember that God is with you this Christmas season. That is the reason that we celebrate Christmas. And like I said, if you want to be technical about it, it's like 95% 95% probably a pagan holiday. But I do think it serves as a good reminder of where the Christian Christmas traditions started in the first place. They started with God is with us, Emmanuel. Just reflect on that this holiday season. Alright guys, thank you for watching. Remember to go ahead and check out Andrew's blog. I'll link it down below. Subscribe if you're interested in seeing more videos from me. You'll get notified. I think apparently now there's a little way to get push notifications for that, so I guess if you guys want to be like super notified when I put out a video, you can do that. You can follow me on social media. My links will be down in the description, and I will see you guys next time. Now go out there and make someone smile today.